Hello. Yes, we're live. So today, thank you for coming along. It's a very dark day. You can probably tell that the light here is really dark. But hey, how appropriate for Halloween. I thought I'd bring along a Halloween fold this week and next. And then the start of November, thinking about fireworks too. So it really is for all ages. And I'm very keen to create, to share folds that maybe give you a feeling this time of year. So there's that feeling of change. Hello, Stephen. So I'm going to share with you a traditional cat face, which Nick Robinson shared with me recently, which is lovely. I also had a go at inventing just a very simple little pumpkin. It could well have been discovered by somebody else, but anyway, I just thought of what to do. So I'm going to share that to you. You might want to, you can use coloured paper, or you could add colour yourself, make some decorations. Hey, Beatrix, thank you for joining. Eric, excellent. Good afternoon. So you can either draw on them or leave them plain. This is them plain. I quite enjoyed actually putting this one up towards the light, and then you got the light through the eyes, which is rather good. So that's them plain, or we can add colour, draw on them. As usual, I'm going to chat for a few minutes just because it takes people a little while to arrive. But yeah, thinking about Halloween, and actually, I don't know whether it kind of brings those warm feelings to you. I rather like this time of year when you begin to have to get cozy. You have to stay in. No problem. Oh, that is bad timing, isn't it, Penny? Never mind. Thank you for joining us. I hope it will go well for you next week. At least you've got an appointment. So yeah, I'm going to share a cat and a pumpkin, and I think possibly a couple of folds next week as well. I thought it's so seasonal, Halloween, that we might as well include those. So, but I didn't know the cat before. It's so lovely, so simple, and it is quite fun to draw on. So I've been encouraging adults, children to draw and make decorations, and that's it with the orange. So it has a little stand, and it can stand up as well. I was trying to do a pumpkin that's not too complicated, but has a feeling of it. I have also got a little pumpkin. So pretty, aren't they lovely? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Sometimes you really cannot beat nature, but look at the beautiful patterns on that. Isn't it a gorgeous thing? But it's nice to make some extra decorations as well. So I'm also going to be starting a monthly fold as well, but through Zoom, so I can help people a lot more, and it's a lot more interaction. And that's going to be actually on Halloween, and then the first Saturday of the month from December from 11 till 12, and that's actually through our library, which is in Oxford, booking tickets through Eventbrite. So if you're interested in that, feel free to get in touch, or if you look on my Twitter at Dr. Lizzie Burns, I'll be sharing that link as well. It's all free, covered for by the National Lottery. And these films are all actually dedicated to my colleagues at UCH Hospital in London, thinking of staff needing that self-care. It's actually self-care week as well. So I've been offering half hour every day this week for staff to come and relax, and I've been sharing the simpler folds as a way of getting people started. It's good to start simple, and then slowly with time you build up, don't you? Also, this is I've been doing this Made with Glove project, which is together with my colleague Zule, and also amazing designer Matthew Murphy, and he has created a beautiful symbol made with glove. Isn't that fabulous? It's such a familiar colour. That blue is just spot on. And if you have a look on the channel, you'll see I've just uploaded an amazing film he's made. It's so kind of him. He did that out of his care. Asked me to explain about the project, and has created these beautiful animation with it. So I really recommend. I talked for over 10 minutes. He managed to edit it down to the very best thing. So do have a look at that. Yeah, we've sent out 25,000 origami inspiration leaflets to hospitals. So hoping staff and patients will have got inspired, maybe sometimes join us. We will see. So it's 5 past. You've been very patient. So I think we might as well begin, make a start. Obviously, the films are recorded every week as well, so you can easily join in. Oh, thank you. to guess. And you're creating your own films, aren't you? How amazing! We're across the world, all of us, aren't we? A big origami family. The Fold. So if you grab yourself a piece of paper, you may have origami paper, you may use A4 paper. I show you from A4 paper so that it's really accessible, and actually it's been a good challenge for me because it's quite easy to think you need special materials. You don't for origami. So just enjoy the simplicity of taking something every day and making it special. Good afternoon, Deborah. Thank you for joining us. So we're going to make some little Halloween decorations. Start enjoying this time of year. We'll start with a cat, as nice and simple, and then the pumpkin, which I've had a go at designing. So if anything, I find it harder to explain if I've designed it myself. So you might have to go patient with me. So we're going to fold both from one piece of paper. So grab your piece of paper. Oh, nice group of us, 10 people. That's lovely. I'm imagining us all around a table. Fantastic. So we're going to halve this effectively. So just take your piece of paper. And as always, I encourage you to go nice, slowly, be exact. Slows yourself down. Makes it much more relaxing. Hello, Wendy. Thank you for joining us. So folding it in half. Good strong fold. And then if you've given a good strong fold, then you should easily be able to tear it in half. So we'll start with the cat first of all. So I've been sharing this a bit with my colleagues at UCH, the cat, so it's gone down very well. It's nice to be able to add a little face. You also realise just how unique everyone's drawing is, which is lovely. So I'm going to make a square. So just take a corner, line it all up. It's Wellbeing Wednesday, and at UCH it's Self-Care Week. We've got a lovely timetable, all sorts of things going on for staff. Obviously everything's remote, so we'll get rid of the rectangle. It's one of those ironic things, isn't it? When you really need the most self-care, you're probably the busiest, so it's harder to take time off. But whatever you're doing, it is important to take time off. A little bit for your own self-care. None of us are superhuman. So again, I'm just getting rid of the rectangle. That's it. So the cat's lovely. I don't know whether you've ever done it before, but it's one I really like now. It's one of my favourites. So you've got a triangle. So if you have just got if you've got origami paper, then fold your square in half to make this triangle. So our next step is to take one of these points and we're going to fold it down to the bottom. Like so. So take your time, be nice and exact. I wouldn't recommend doing it in the air, but I just love a challenge. This is quite simple, so it's all right for me. That's it. Again, corner, and bring it down here. Oh. Triangles become a square. I've actually this morning been working with a group of medical students, which has been amazing. Doctors of tomorrow, and about art and oncology. So that's the area that I would be working in. Yeah, lovely. They did very well. We folded a lily. That was what I was asked to pass on from a patient. Excellent. Oh, good. I'm glad you find it nice and easy. I think a lot of it's about going slowly and patiently. I think the worst is when someone tries to demonstrate fast. What's the point of that? Of course, you know what you're doing, but others don't. So go slowly. Right, so our next step, I presume you're all happy with that, is to take this and I'm going to point it up, and actually we're going to think about cat ears. So it's not an exact, because it's an animal, they're often not exact, but bringing it so it sticks up at that angle, so it's not all the way there, it's a little bit below. I'm afraid I can't say exactly because it's a little bit of a guess, but that sort of angle, I think. Yours may be different to mine, and that's all right. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So hopefully it should be fairly easy to match. So you've got that point. That's it. And maybe it's also a bit different because I'd not learnt origami as a child. So in many ways I've had to learn it afresh, which means then maybe better at explaining. Whereas if you've always done it, it's quite hard to imagine not doing it, of course. So hopefully something like that. Is that working for you? I will assume so, unless you say otherwise. Great. Oh, I got a thumbs up there. Right, we're going to take this top point and fold it down. So this little square will be halved. It's rather satisfying. There's quite a few different layers here. And it makes a nice little neat shape. You can see we're almost there already, actually. How lovely. There we go. Happy? This is quite good because you can hang it over things if you're going to make it as a decoration. You could just, excellent. So turn it round to the smooth side. You can see the ears. Actually, I could have made them a bit taller. I might make mine a bit taller. You can make it a little bit taller if you wish. As I said, it's all estimates, so that feels more. That feels better. There we go. But at the moment, it's got a very pointy face. So I'm going to take the bottom here and fold it up like so. And we can give it a little nose too. So this top of this triangle, you can fold it down just a little bit, just to make a little triangular nose, like so. And I do recommend drawing a face on this. I mean, you don't have to, but it's asking for a face, isn't it? So I'm going to draw a face anyway. There we go. It's interesting drawing upside down. Maybe I'll make it a black cat. Gotta have whiskers. But how you draw it will be different to the way I draw it. It's got to be done. So I'm thinking of actually for the hospitals, it may be possible for some nurses to learn origami to make for patients who are upset, and maybe cheer them up with a tiny bit of origami. How lovely would that be? So maybe making a little heart, or asking, are you more of a dog person or a cat person? I thought that could be quite a fun question. So the dog's simpler than the cat. Maybe that's not surprising. So has that worked for everybody? Cat? It's got to be done for Halloween. And excellent. It is cute. Yeah, it is cute. Great. Right, the pumpkin. So the pumpkin is one that I've made up. There may well be one like this already. Completely possible, because it's not exactly a complex one. But this is the pumpkin that I've done, just to get a little feel for what we're going to do. So spooky eyes, and maybe drawing on the mouth. It's got a nose, and it does have little stands at the back, so it means that it'll stand up, which is great. Yeah, the cat's really nice, isn't it? She says. So you can stand up your own pumpkin too. So seems to work fairly well. So with your other piece, we had one sheet, didn't we? We cut in half. So again, make another square. Or if you've got origami paper, simply fold it in half, because we are going to want a triangle. That's it. And again, we'll get rid of the rectangle. So turn it over, pull it back until it lines up. That's it. Good strong folds. Give you, lets out a little bit of stress. It's relaxing. And it also works much better. So again, I can just do a little nick and tear it off. Like so. Right, how to explain to do this one. It's harder when you had to go at making something yourself, because you go, oh, how am I meant to do it? Right. Let's see. So think of this almost like you've got a triangle. I want you to think of it almost as a slipped triangle. Maybe I'll bring it down. So at the moment it's closed like this. What I want you to do is to fold it so it's sort of equal there. Now, in terms of distance, maybe around a third. That sort of distance. I'll hold it up in a second. I'm afraid it is an estimate, but you probably want it those sort of dimensions. Does that look okay? Give it a go. You'll see later on whether how it will dictate how high or low your eyes are. I think so. It's that slightly slipped triangle. Next step, you've got it that way. Maybe if you turn it around this way, because you'll then see what it is we're making. So we'll end up with eyes on each side. So we're going to make the top of the pumpkin. I'm afraid it hasn't got a lid, but it's fine. We're going to fold it over. That's it. I'm glad you enjoyed the cat. Yeah, I really like the cat. That's my favourite. It's really lovely, isn't it? Very sharp, very catty as well. So we folded that over. Now I reckon we could give it a nose already, actually. So creasing at the point. Yeah, that'd be a good way to explain it. Yep, it is creasing at the point. Hooray. You just know the right way to say it, don't you? So there, I've just folded it down at the point, creasing at the point. Here, the little triangle, folding it up. Just to make a nose. That looks all right. So you can blame the designer here, it's me. But it's quite likely that someone else has come up with this. So we're going to make eyes on each side. And if you're using, you could again put it up against the window, this final one, and then you'd see a little bit of a glow through the eyes. So if we take the side, and I want you to fold it so it leaves, you can see, so it leaves something that looks like a triangular eye in there. I'm afraid there's no guide points for this. Can you see, like an eye there? And then do the same on the other. So they all vary a bit because they're not very mathematical. I might put this down so I can see what I'm doing. So I do it so it looks roughly the same. It's fine. If you were to carve a pumpkin, it wouldn't look perfect. So but it looks something like that. You manage that? They're the eyes. We haven't got much more to do, actually. We're almost there. So we formed a nose, eyes. Happy? Sure how you do that? Yep, good. Thanks, Eric. So next, turn it to the back. Oh, can you see there was a little bit of a glow? Yes, that's the effect with the eyes. Turn it to the back. And we're going to try to give it a bit more of a pumpkin shape. So taking aside the arm and folding it to around the middle, and actually both sides will meet. Can you see? Hello, folding things. Just sharing a pumpkin at the moment. Thank you for coming along. So I folded the side roughly to the middle, and the same thing on the other side. And I'm afraid this is all judgment folding because I just made it up and it's quite random probably. But that's quite fun. Maybe in some ways it encourages you to be a little bit more loose with the folding, which is also quite interesting. So looking roughly like that, which sort of looks pumpkin shape. Has that worked for you? Happy. And good. So turning it around, that should be your complete pumpkin. I know it's lacking a mouth, so you might want to draw one on there. It's just satisfying to do. You could colour in the eyes if you wanted to, and the nose. And of course add some orange if you wish. You could have kept it plain. It's up to you. There's no real right or wrong. It depends how much of a purist you are. I'm no purist. Well, it depends. Depends on the model, doesn't it? I think this is a bit of fun. Halloween. Somehow it's got to be orange. You might have some orange paper already. It's up to you too whether this lid, whether you want it. These bits I wasn't that convinced at first that they look nice sticking over. So you could undo this and then reshape it so it folds over on top, but then you'll find it sticks out quite a bit, so it's up to you. Work in progress, I'd say. But something like that, and hopefully we'll see whether this works. Does yours stand up? Yes, it stands up by itself. Ta-da! Along with a cat. Hopefully. Yeah. So feeling a bit more Halloweeny. Don't know whether you are. And I'll bring along pumpkin kettle. Why not? Oh, yeah, it would. It would. I agree. Well, I'd made one, a little pumpkin, which has just got the white paper. It's true. It does. And there, I guess it looks like a nice bit of a glow. It would be nice if it was black, actually, wouldn't it, on the inside? So that's another way of doing it. I think it needed a mouth. Oh, thanks, Eric. I felt like most of the models were a bit complex to show, so I thought just something simple. I've actually designed something for fireworks night that time, which I'm really pleased with. Again, somebody else may well have developed it as well, but I'm quite excited. I'm going to keep that as a secret, but I'm really thrilled with it. So that's something I've designed, and it's really nice when you have an idea of something you really want to make. I'm still very, very much learning, because it really is in engineering, isn't it? It's not what you'd like to make, it's actually what can work. I find that really interesting. So yeah, so experiment yourselves as well and make it unique. And I hope that's been fun. And I'm going to bring along either 1 or 2 designs next week from Nick Robinson. He had made a whole collection. He very kindly has let me look at his models, and has said he'd be happy for me to show some of his folds. So I think maybe a bat next week. Oh, yes. Possibly a witch. Oh, we'll see. But there's always connotations, isn't there? Witches, that's not been nice to ladies, I'd say. Yeah, why not wizards as well? So we'll see, but we'll certainly do a bat next week, and then something for fireworks night. Yeah, yes, I agree, Stephen. It's about how things can work. Very exciting, and how incredible people are to be doing so much. I've been enjoying at the moment, I'm very slowly working my way through Tomoko Fuse book kaleidoscopes of rings. They're just a joy. So I think I'm up to ring 10 or 11. Yeah. I hope it goes well at the dentist. And yeah, these are nice, aren't they? Great fun. This one's so beautiful. As soon as they get bigger, you have to be really exact. You can see that this one isn't perfect at all. But anyway, not bad. We're learning as we go along. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, Paul. Good idea. Yeah. Invent new things from there. We're all inventing. Oh, well, I hope that was fun. And yeah, get yourself cozy, put out some Halloween decorations. Let's make it treat, not trick. Definitely. Take care, everyone. And there'll be a new fold next week, 1 or 2 folds next week. And of course, live on the Wednesday. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.